Hey Switchers, welcome back. My name's Kanan and this is my review for Golden Force, an action-adventure platformer. But will it have what it takes to get onto the Wall of Fame, or will it be relegated to the Wall of Shame, or somewhere in the middle? Feel free to join our Discord where we're always experimenting with different things. And let's don our armour, grab our sword and see what the skinny is, shall we? Gameplay. And with the Golden Force coming off their holidays and shifting themselves over to kill the King of Demons, you can bet your bottom dollar that they're doing it for the fight, the enjoyment, and oh yes, the money. And as we set sail from the title screen, we enter the map. And from here we can unlock 4 worlds, all with sub-levels within them, and all ending with a, end-level boss. And we could also go visit the shop. And from here you can put up your health, your attack power type thing, buy power-ups that can freeze or burn other creatures, and you could also find them too in the actual game itself. And upon entering game we then choose our character out of 4, and disappointingly enough it does say that there's slight differences, but there aren't that I can see. As in, they all pretty well play the same. And once we do that, we enter the actual game itself. And I have to say that this game is blooming hard. I mean, blooming hard. It's the only game that I know that gives you a tutorial, an end of boss battle, all in one, and expects you to deal with it straight away. Needless to say, I spent my first hour playing this dying a lot. But as you can see on screen, the controls aren't really that difficult, but you will be mashing that dash button quite a bit. Let me just note quickly here that this is also multiplayer co-op if you wish to play it that way. In a cool little effect, your lives indicator is above your head and travels everywhere that you go. And when all your little heart lives are gone, you either respawn at a checkpoint or right back at the beginning. To the top left is your monies and your combo indicator, and a little icon that when you fill it up by hitting things loads, you then get help by pressing the left D-pad down. You'll be using that dash button more and more as you progress through the level, and it does have nice little neat features. You'll be platforming, you'll be swimming, you'll be defeating enemies and bosses, you'll be jumping on little platforms that move around, bouncing off, bouncy things that kind of bounce you up and down, and a whole array of other things. You'll also be collecting coins to spend in that shop I mentioned, and there's a shed load of things that you can just find. Go exploring, trust me, you'll be rewarded time and time again. And these chests are everywhere, and literally you just bump into them, find them, and also get given them for completing things. All the creatures that you will be battling all have different methods about them and different ways to actually kill them. And once you've learned all those patterns, it gets slightly easier. Slightly, but it's the boss battles that you'll find yourself dying the most over and over again as you start picking the fight apart, learning all its little intricacies, and they're almost like levels themselves as you progress in the battle and learning all its different stages and intricacies as it evolves as you battle away. The graphics, the graphics are kind of nice. All the creatures look very almost cartoony, arcing back to the old days type platformers, and there's some nice effects in there as well, including the background, which has got that kind of static background, and the foreground that moves with the static background. It's pretty cool, and I have no idea what they call that effect. And equally the sound sounds really good as well. Kind of a old styly with a new styly twist to it, and the same goes to the music. You can kind of almost feel yourself bopping away to it in a very hypnotic way. The good. Well, it looks nice, it sounds nice, and it's quite a good platformer. It's dead hard, which yes, you'd probably put as a negative, but it's definitely a good thing here. I like the fact that you can go in water, you go down pipes, and the fact that the actual end level bosses are pretty decent as well. The bad, for some, I'm guessing the shortness of the game, I hear 3-4 hours is probably going to put some off. Although if you're more casual to this sort of thing like myself, then it may last you a lot longer than that. And I think with the collectibles, you could probably go back and collect all those, so you might be able to squeeze more time out like that. The controls can be a little bit finicky now and again, and I think the fact that it's one level of difficulty may put some people off. Maybe the hardcore people may not like the fact that it's not as hard as they want, and the lighter core people may think it's too hard. I'm probably just in the middle, so I'm probably just lucky on this one. The score. Full disclosure, I haven't completed this from end to end yet, but what I'm playing at the moment I'm really enjoying, and I will go back to it, and I do actually feel like I want to complete it right now. I think for me it brings back a nostalgic type feeling as well, and the difficulty definitely is a nostalgic feeling of the old type of games that don't tend to hold your hand or give you a free ride. So to answer the big question, it's a 4 out of 5 from me, and that's what I'm sticking at. And my alternative for this game is going to be any of the Shantae Half Genie series. I actually own the Shantae Half Genie Hero Unlimited Edition, which I highly recommend because it's kind of like this in many different ways. If you have any thoughts on any of this, leave a comment down below. Hit us up in Discord to take part in our community activities, link below. Thank you for joining me, and until the next time, life is better when we switch together.